My name is Sam Carlson. I'm one of the co-founders of UpHex. Thank you for coming. If you're here, you're either on my email list, you're a current customer, or you are not quite yet a customer. In fact, if you are a UpHex user, grab the chat and put in a 1. If you are not yet an UpHex user, grab the chat and put in a 2. I'd love to see if we've got a quick blend of who we've got going on here. Love to get to know you guys. Oh, we got a lot of, okay, okay, there's a couple of new folks coming in. Awesome. Well, welcome to everyone. The basis of today's training is all about some recent thoughts I've been having. And, you know, from time to time, our users will reach out to me, whether it's in the group, but a lot of times they just direct message me and let me know how they're doing, what's going on. It's absolutely phenomenal. Merced is 1.5. I'm not sure what that means, but hopefully that will waiting to get your first customer. Okay, well, let's see if we can help you get through some of that today. So I get a lot of messages from, you know, our users directly. I get emails, I get, you know, DMs and Messenger. And, you know, some of them are just of a variety of either I'm trying to figure this out or man, I'm crushing it. And the man, I'm crushing it group is obviously fun for me for a lot of reasons. However, there are some striking similarities that they're all figuring out. And I sat down the other day and I'm like, I'm not, in fact, one of my email titles, I was going to put in Sam spilled the beans, Carlson. Like, don't tell me stuff if you don't want other people to know it, unless you express, you know, and you know, specifically to say, don't tell me, then I'll keep it on lock. However, I just thought I can't, this is too good not to share. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen today. We are going to, okay, we're going to share screen 2. Make sure that works. And we're going to hit play on this, but I'm going to move you guys down here. All right. So what you should be seeing, by the way, is just the presentation. You shouldn't be seeing anything else. If that's the case, can somebody give me a thumbs up? Is that correct? And I guess I got to open up the chat to know if that's the case or not. Yeah, that's all right. All right. All right. These 6-figure agencies are crushing it right in front of you. And I say that because they're out there sharing their secrets and posting stuff and all that kind of good stuff. And so, okay, this is confirmation. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go. So before we jump into this, I want to make sure that I'm talking to everyone and getting everybody up to the right place to get the help that they need. So I hear a lot of people and they really break down into, you know, 3 categories. So the first category is I'm just getting started. This is overwhelming. I mean, between setting up Highlevel, between UpHex, between all these different things, this is overwhelming. If that's you, put in a 1. Okay. The second phase is, okay, I feel like I've kind of got some stuff put together, but I'm just running in circles. All I do is try something and, you know, because somebody says it in a group or I get advice from somebody, maybe even on like one of these meetings, but I try and I fail. If that's you, put in a 2. And then the third type are the people who get through these 2 phases and they're like, man, I finally figured it out. I've got a pulse on what's going on in my agency, and now I'm making some money. All right. If that is you, put in a 3. All right. So we got a good mix of everything going on here. Here is the actual truth. There's actually another phase. Okay. I love all the 1s, the 2s, the 3s. All right. This is the third phase. Okay. This is the phase that we're going to be talking about here today. And that is focused and strategic. This is where people are making the real money. This is why you're here today. Okay. Now, these guys are out here crushing it. Okay. They're doing it right in front of you. This is a post that I did in the Facebook group, I think yesterday or the day before. And it was from Michael Dooley, who has, you'll learn more about here today, but he's posting stuff like this, up 60% month to date. So from month to month, He's up 60% from month, this month to month, that month. He was already a six-figure agency when he did that. So that's what we're talking about here. That's what I'm talking about. People crushing it right in front of you. They're focused. They have a strategy, and that's what we need to talk about today. But the question is this: how are they doing it? How are they doing this? Okay, and I'm sure everybody wants to know. If you want to know, give me a 1 in the chat. Let me know. Okay, I'm sure obviously you're here, so of course you want to know. Okay, okay. There's a 1. Thank you, Rick. All right, Ricard. There you go. Here's the deal. We got to get something straight before we jump into this. Okay. I need something from you. There's nothing that pains me more than seeing the 1s and the 2s. The 1s and the 2s, the people that are coming in and trying to figure this out, trying to do all of this stuff. This is why we hold weekday classes. This is why I do my Ask Anythings. This is why I participate and I'm present in our Facebook group so much, is because I want the 1s and the 2s to get to the 3. All right. So you can eventually get to that 4th phase. So before I tell you something, this is what I need you to do. Okay. I need you to go from a 1 or a 2 to a 3. And I know you're thinking, well, dude, I'm trying. I am trying. I absolutely understand. I know that you're trying. Okay. This is not some type of me pointing fingers and bullying you. This is a moment in time where I hope we have a little bit of a, just a blunt conversation. Okay. Because here's what's going to happen. Something's going to happen very predictable right after this meeting. Okay. But something's going to happen very predictable after this meeting. I know it's going to happen. I've seen it happen. I've participated in this very predictable thing. This is what's going to happen. As soon as you get off of this meeting today, your brain is going to go into protection mode, is going to go into, I don't want to change anything mode, is going to go into, oh, that sounds good, but I've heard stuff like that before mode. That is your software. And it is the most difficult thing to reprogram. And I'm calling it out at the very beginning of this training, because this training is not going to be incredibly long. If things are working and it's strategic and it's simple, it shouldn't be long. Okay. However, I promise you, all of you are going to go, you're going to discount this. So I need something from you right now. We will not proceed if I don't get this from you. Do you agree that based on what you see here today, you're going to go and change at least one thing? You will go and write down one thing that you're going to do to take the first steps. Do you agree? Yes or no? Give me a yes. Give me a no. Yes, yes, yes. Keep going, guys. I know there's more than 5 of you. All right, here we go. All right, very good. All right, so today's training isn't about, going from here to here. Okay, that's not what it's about. But you can't do what we're going to talk about today if you don't figure that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rapid fire the blunt solutions to these problems. If you've been to my Friday meetings, you already know this stuff, but you've already gone into this mind game of where you're like, oh, but that can't be it. That's not me. I'm telling you right now, you've already done this. So that's why I'm harping on this so much up front. I don't want to give you all this cool stuff if you're not going to do this. So I'm going to rapid fire this, and I'm going to be very straightforward. It's very simple how you fix this stuff. Okay. And I don't want to show you. And then I don't want you to say, oh yeah, well, I tried that. No, you didn't. If you tried it, then you would have fixed it. So here we're going to get it. Here we're going to fix these different phases. This is going to be fast. It's going to be fast because it's simple. Your solution to just starting is that instead of focusing so much on all of the tools, on all of the things that are available to you in Highlevel and UpHex and all this kind of stuff, put the tools down. Put them down. Find a prospect, a person, an actual niche. That is what you're going to do to get out of this confusion, out of this head exploding overwhelm stage. Okay? Stop doing it. Pick a niche. And when you hear other people say, oh, well, you don't have to pick a niche, I call BS on that. I call BS on it. And by the way, anybody I've ever heard that talks about, oh, well, we go door to door selling this feature, that, and the other, they all suck. I haven't met one that is actually crushing it in that game. Okay. Everybody I know, all of the names you know in the community, Rob Bailey, Mike Cooch, all of these people, they all had a niche. Okay. So pick a niche, then assemble your tools in reverse. In my high-level agency, I asked this to Jacob the other day. We have deactivated probably 60% of the features that Highlevel has in their platform because they are a distraction away from the outcome we have committed to produce for our niche. See how that goes? Pick your niche, reverse engineer your product. And by the way, if you pick your niche and you tell somebody like an Extendly or like any of these people that help with that kind of thing, like, hey, my niche is this. I want to focus on this. Can you help me assemble this? All of a sudden, all of these problems that you're running into are no longer problems because they know how to clearly help you create something like this. All right, that's number one. Number two, you're running in circles because, well, you didn't do step number one, so that's going to help you. Then step number two is you don't have an actual offer. You are obsessed with your tool. You are so you're so feature driven that you can't see that you have to create an outcome for something. I had a really good time watching some Dan Henry videos this week. Somebody sent them over to me. I'm like, okay, well, I'll watch one of these. And it was hilarious because he, like me, could immediately identify these people are so caught up in what they do. Like, I run ads, whatever it is, that they forget that people don't care what they do. They care what you can do for them. Okay. By the way, if you're here in this meeting, the model that works, if you want to, like, this is a spoiler alert. If you pick a niche and you're going to help them get, customers, get business, offer DIY ads. It's a silly thing not to do. It's incredibly simple. You say, hey, you're a plumber. How about I get you more plumbing clients? Boom. Now that's an offer. All right. And then number three is just sell. Just sell. And when people don't buy, ask, okay, what would have made this a 10 out of 10 for you to buy? And refine your offer. Okay. By the way, I cover all of this in less than a 10-hour course in Lead Gen U. All of the how to pick a niche, all of the how to create an offer, all of that is in Lead Gen U. And then how to pitch your offer, that is the Genie pitch deck. It's all in Lead Gen U. So stop going into, do whatever you want, but stop doing all the other stuff. Go into Lead Gen U, follow these steps. Can I get a thumbs up, a yes, Sam, we're on board. I'm going to start here. If I'm a 1 or a 2, I'm going to start here. All you 1s and 2s, give me a yes, give me a thumbs up. Okay, there we go. Let me grab some water. Things are getting heated in here. And that is it. I promise you, that is it. All right. We just put a whole bunch of coaches out of business. All right. So recap, pick a niche prospect. Okay. Isolate a unique problem for them. Assemble your product in reverse, not before everything, in reverse. Offer ads that solve these things. Okay. Then make some money. Let's go. All right. Here we go. All right. Now we can actually get started into the good stuff. Who wants to get started in the good stuff? I got all these yeses. Man, this is exciting. All right. Sweet. Let's start here. How many of you guys saw my case study interview with Trevor Briggs? Give me a yes or give me a no, whatever, accordingly. How many of you guys saw that? It was probably, I don't know, a year ago, maybe. It was a while ago. Okay. So we got a blend of both. Okay. Let me tell you this story because it's a really important story. Okay. The first time that I noticed Trevor was this post in our Facebook group. And here's what he said. I just wanted to share a huge win with UpHex. This month, we closed over $20,000 in cash collected for our new GHL plus UpHex customers. October and November was full of trial and error onboarding price points, offers, all that kind of stuff. Thanks, Sam and team, for the killer software. Awesome. That feels good. That's great. Good job, right? But kudos to Trevor for getting out there and doing it. Okay. Here's the crazy thing. By the time we actually got to our interview, I saw this. I'm like, hey, dude, let's do an interview. I want to get you on, on a spotlight for our YouTube channel. Let's tell people how you did it. It wasn't $20,000 he had made in that month. The next month he doubled it and he made 40K. So he went from 20K to 40K in a month. I was like, dude, that's amazing. In fact, when I got on the spotlight with him, I'm like, so you made 20K? He's like, oh, we'll do about 40. I was like, oh, that's even better. Awesome, right? And what's even crazier than this, if you guys have followed his journey through the agency game, 7 months later, he posted this, just being real. I can't remember who was posting. We have over 250 clients on this model. That's just 7 months later. You guys, Trevor was no different than you guys. Okay. You see the blow up phase and the confusion phase. That was just before he found UpHex. And then this happened. Okay. He was doing the same thing that all you guys, the ones and the twos, all you have been doing. Okay. And then in just that amount of time, he went from there to where he's scaling and crushing it. Okay. And I know a lot of you guys are like, what the, right? I've been trying this for a year. I've been trying this for a couple of years. How many of you guys have been, my ones and my twos, how many of you guys have been at this longer than 6 months? Give me a 1 if you have. There's 1, there's 2. Oh, that's direct message. That's fine. If you guys want, if you don't want, you can direct message me too. If you don't want to post it publicly, that's okay. I get it. Okay. I don't want you to be there. Okay. But here's what Trevor would say on the left. It's all about the model, bro. It's all about the model. Okay. Here's another one. It's the same thing. Hey, buddy, I just wanted to say thanks for the solutions that you guys have created. But since pushing this software, we've closed 35 out of 41 sales. That's a high close ratio right there. Month to day, and moving forward, each day is packaged with 6 demos at least. His offer has really been improved by this. This is Mike Dooley. All right. And so we had to get together and do how he was crushing it. And he made $17,000 in 1 day. I've never made $17,000 in 1 day in my agency ever. No, never. How many of you guys would like to make $17,000 in 1 day? Dooley crushes it, and Dooley does and did. So we went through, and he was using the same model. That's the thing. I'm like, oh, Dooley, he's doing the same thing. Okay. It's all about what model they're using. And when I say model, okay, we're going to get into what that means more tactically, but just understand that it's a model is kind of like a set of instructions. Okay. When you build a house, you build the foundation, then the walls, then the roof, then the insides. That's the model. Those are the steps. So it's the steps. It's the model that they're employing that are the same. Okay. And here's what I see. There's a really wide gap between people who figure out the model and people who are still spinning their plates, spinning their whatever, the haves and the have-nots, as you would, right? And you like the have-nots, I've been there too. That's frustrating because it feels like it never will ever end. It feels like, oh, well, I guess those guys just can do it. No, they were also the have-nots before, okay? And I'm telling you that if you're here right now today, you can absolutely perform and execute the model that I'm about to show you. Okay. You can do it. And this is not a pep talk. I'm telling you, as long as we go back to the beginning of this, and I'm telling you, like, reprogram your software, you can do it. Let's go. And there's one more, just to kind of round things off. You guys, we got people in with UpHex that are absolutely crushing it. I had Joey on, he messaged me the same kind of thing. And he's like, dude, we went from 100K a month. Okay. So this was an established agency to 300K a month in just a couple months. Okay. Crazy by deploying the same model. Each one of these guys discovered the same model, kind of in their own way, in their own journey. It just naturally occurred to them based on where they were at in their journey. Trevor was starting at 0. Dooley, I'm not sure where he was when he started, but Joey was at 100K a month. They all found the same model wherever they were at, and it works. That's the thing. It works for you guys. So whether they're at 0, like Trevor was, or 100, 6 figures, they were using a combination of both high ticket, so DFY, and continuity, which we're calling SaaS. Okay. So Joe and Christian, you guys hit the nail on the head in the group. I wanted to give you your props here. And are either of you guys on right now? I don't know if you are or not, but I wanted to give you guys props. Good job. But we need to take a deeper dive into what these things actually mean. All right. A lot of you guys, so the UpHex DIY SaaS, and then our version of done for you, something I call UpHex SMMA. All right. I come from and if you don't know what SMMA is, I know we had some people that were maybe newer. So social media marketing agencies, we do lead generation for local businesses. Okay. This is the best model in the agency, right? In the agency game right now, it absolutely is the best. Okay. The image on the left is a Dragon Ball Z. So I didn't know what it meant because I didn't ever watch Dragon Ball Z, but apparently it means like the figures on the top, like when they would do this finger thing, they turned into the most amazing version of their selves. So Highlevel, UpHex combined, that's the best agency model there is right now. So off to the right, we got the DIY model, which most of you guys know about. And then to the bottom, we've got the done for you. And a lot of you guys have heard about the DIY model, but you don't know that there's an UpHex done for you model. Okay. And that's what I want to show you. I want you to understand so you can see how these models will adapt and apply to your audience. What, you never watched Dragon Ball Z? No, I did not. Sorry. So do I need do I need to do GHL to do UpHex? No, you don't. Let's keep going. I'm going to show you, I'm going to answer those questions right now. So in other words, there are 2 different types of agencies. Okay. How are these agencies delivering both? Okay, the done for you and the DIY. Let's go ahead and show you. So I'm going to go ahead and click out of this one. We're going to go over to this one. Can everybody see my my Highlevel patient stream screen? Can you guys see that? Is everybody seeing that? Perfect. Okay, so the model you guys know about, the UpHex plus Go Highlevel model, is a revolutionary model. I mean, this is crazy, right? It is a model where we allow our customers to basically become the agency, okay? Because all they have to do is come in, go into where it says launch ads. Okay, this is Highlevel, by the way. I still have an agency. It's called Patient Stream. This is where we have UpHex embedded as a white label product. Okay, you go in, you click on an ad. I don't really care which one it is. Okay. And then you scroll through and there's a library. There's a library for your customers to look through. Okay. And so they're like, oh, cool. I don't want one with a bunch of, okay, look, I want to do this thing, the Botox transformation. Cool. I click on it. Now the customer only has to put in their budget, a website. Okay, so their business website, whatever you want them to do after they give you their information, and then launch campaign. Boom, just like that. There's no learning here. Like literally, you just put in your daily budget so you can advise. I advise my customers $40 a day at a minimum. Okay, but if you want to offer this to your customers, you do need Highlevel. Okay, and this is DIY SaaS. This is what we call DIY ads SaaS. All right, everybody good? How cool is this? I'm not sure what all these yeses were from. I forget my last question, but how cool is this, right? You can go ahead and you can do this. However, how many of you guys knew that you could do the exact same thing in UpHex? How many of you guys knew that? Give me a yes, give me a no. Did you know you can do that same process? Okay, we got a yes, we got a no, we got a yes, we got a Keep coming, guys. Keep coming. Okay, so for those of you that don't, this is what those agencies are doing when they offer a higher tier of value, which, by the way, their customers have no idea this is what they're doing. All they do is they go into My Clients. They select whatever, we'll go ahead and pick this one. They select whatever client they want to launch ads for. They click Launch New Campaign. Then all of a sudden, guess what? We're in the exact same workflow that we were before. So we click on this. Okay, I forget which one we did before. It doesn't matter. We click on the ad. And then it's the same thing. We just click lead form, whatever, and then our website, www.uphex.com, and then launch campaign. Boom. Anybody can do that. All of the ad creation and everything that it takes to run your agency, to hire media buyers. Back in my day, I used to have to hire or myself launch ads as an SMMA agency. I used to have an SMMA agency. Now, all I got to do is just go through this process. Boom, it's done. No ads manager. No typing in information. Not even learning. All I have to do is train a VA to follow a protocol and to launch ads for people based on what they're doing. We have used this model personally to offer done for you, to offer event marketing. What about this? Check this out. What if, you guys, stop share for just a minute here. What if instead of offering done for you ads, what if you had another tier of value like we have in our agency, where you say, hey, we're going to promote events. We're going to do, we used to do like dinner workshops. You could do this with open houses, anything that is time sensitive. You could say, hey, we bring you in with our DIY SaaS, but then when you're in and we've onboarded you, we tell you, we also offer event marketing promotion, right? You could say, what if we promoted a seminar for you and we put 30 people into a room for you? You know how much people we pay you for that? I can tell you how much people have paid us for that. How about $1,000 per event? And then you say, hey, if you buy 4 of them, I'll give you the 4th for free. So they'll buy 3 of them. And all you do is you go through, you click the campaign, you click the end date, and you click launch. Boom, you just launched a campaign with 0 skills, without going into Ads Manager, without setting up another funnel, without all this kind of crap. And you have a high ticket offer like that. That's what I'm talking about. You guys grab the chat. Okay, now we need to get back into this presentation. This is always the tough part for me. All right, so number 2, share. There we go. There we go. Let me pull the chat back up so I can see you guys. Okay. So how cool is that, right? And okay, I'll get to these questions. That's exactly what I've looked into event marketing. I know a gal who is event marketing only. It's her core agency offer, and she does well into the 6 figures every single month. It's awesome. Do you pay for the ads? No, we don't do that. And I don't ever do that because, one, I like the customers to see, people like to bundle it all together. I don't like that, right? Because then customers are suspicious about how much money is going towards their thing and how much is going towards you. Keep it clean. Also, if they ever charge back, you don't get hosed. It happened to me once. Trust me, it's not good. All right. So the big question is, how can you start selling UpHex SMMA? Well, Trevor, let me tell you how he did it. The first thing he did is he sold SaaS, DIY ads. It's an easy offer. That's why when we started this, I told you guys, step number 2, like the running in circles guy, just sell DIY ads. Whatever your niche is, they're going to want it. Okay. You just niche it down to their thing. Okay. If they're in real estate, get them a very narrow, high performing lead gen campaign. Boom. They're getting leads. That's how he did it. So he got to 70K per month offering DIY ads. And then after being asked several times, boom, then he layered on a done for you approach. And I'll go into what he offers here in just a second. Okay. Dooley and Joey, they're both established. Okay. So they weren't a 1 or a 2. They weren't even a 3. They were already crushing it in phase 4. Okay. And they just found UpHex and they're like, hey, this is great. We're going to use this to acquire customers and to upsell existing customers. Now we have another layer of value. Okay. That is what you can do. There's no end. You can do event marketing. You can upsell. You can even downsell. We know people who will lead with a done for you thing. And when they don't want it, we're like, well, what if we offered you DIY? Boom, there's a downsell. All right. So if you're going to sell UpHex as a SaaS, that is GHL plus UpHex. You do need GHL if you're going to sell as a SaaS. Okay, because we don't let clients log into UpHex, right? That's your agency platform. Okay. And then whether you take that model and you're like, hey, we're going to use some type of conversational AI, booking automation, or maybe you just go into like the good old fashioned workflows and do booking, like booked appointments. This is a great bundle, a great package for an UpHex SaaS account. Okay. I'm being very simple here. I'm not offering reviews because reviews, take too long. I do like DBR, but it's like even Rob Bailey, my buddy Rob Bailey, he's like, dude, once you do that for him, offer UpHex plus GHL. Okay. So this is a great UpHex SaaS offer. And then when you do the UpHex SMMA model, just launch the ads like I showed you, super easy. And then whether you're using like conversational AI, we use Capri, or booking automations, get that workflow going. So those leads are getting a quick response and then booking the appointments, and then add people to confirm and process payments. If you get prepayment from booked appointments, people will fawn and love you until the day that you sell your agency for multi 7 figures, maybe 8. I don't know. Let's do 8. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up to questions. All right. So let's go ahead. And if you guys have any questions, let me see here. We're actually doing pretty good on time. If you have any questions, and stick around because I have something for you guys right after the Q&A. Go ahead and you can unmute yourselves right now if you like, and go ahead and hit stop share. All right. I believe you guys can unmute yourself, right? And in fact, if you are shy, you can always use the hand emoji. Do we have the hand emoji on this one? Yeah, we do. What is the link for Capri? I don't have that on me, but if you shoot me a message in the group, go ahead and I'll do that there. Okay. Last time you mentioned Google Ads, any update on that? Yeah. Last day of Level Up. We're going to be launching. If for those of you that are newer, don't know that we're launching Google Ads, you're going to love what we're doing with Google Ads. I will tell you, Google Ads has been the biggest undertaking we have ever. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. Use UpHex 50, all caps, and you'll get 50% off your first month. So Jeremy put in capriai.us. What was I saying about Google? It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it. Okay. And we're going to be doing we'll probably do like a boot camp or some kind of accelerator to get people who are unfamiliar with Google, up to speed the same way we do with Facebook. Okay, would the event marketing be similar as if I was running it for a business? Would the event marketing be similar as if I was running it for a business? I need Mercedes, if you want to unmute yourself and give me more clarity on that, that would be great. Do you use prepayment for your clients in PatientStream? Yes. Yeah, if you can get your reps to get payment, it increases the show rate. And in our niche, show rate is not great. Are you guys able to unmute your mics?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, somebody did it. Okay, if anybody wants, we got a bunch of shy people. If you have any questions, just let me know.
I have a question, Sam.
Go ahead.
For the done for you ads, what has been the best outreach method that I know you speak about webinars and things, but have email worked, have running Facebook ads worked? What has been your best method in your opinion?
What you will find out is, in fact, I'm going to do something here. We just opened up let me do something real quick. I got to grab a link. I'll answer that question. Two seconds. Sorry, guys. Okay, here it is. All right, what we have found is that pretty much everyone, now, listen, you lift where you stand. If you don't have money to do whatever it is that you want to do, you just do what you can, you hustle, right? I didn't have money to run ads originally, so I networked with people. I got my first 7 clients didn't pay me for like the first month. Okay. And then once I got them results, I started charging them appropriately, but I just did the little song and dance. I'm like, hey, if I run your marketing for free, will you give me a video testimonial, after we do it for a month? Yes. And that's how I started. But in the chat, I'm putting in a link. Now, this is a link. What we found is pretty much every agency that starts crushing it, they all run ads. Okay. And I know a lot of you, in fact, I would like to give me a 1 in the chat, or you can raise your hand emoji. If you know how to run ads to get clients for your customers, but running ads to get customers for yourself is a challenge. Raise your hand, give me a 1. If that's you, there's 1. It's an epidemic, right? 1. Okay. If that is you, the link that I just sent you is what we're doing now. As soon as somebody joins UpHex, we send them this offer. If you want to work with my team to help you get a template that works, a targeting that works, and ads that produce a link click-through rate of 1%, a conversion rate of 10%, that's our minimum guarantee. We will work with you one-on-one in a meeting like this to get you those results. So it's not like our Ask Me Anythings where you can ask us anything, but to get into granular to each person's account like that, we're not able to do. But in this meeting, we will do that. So that link, if you want help with that, click that link and you can do that. And I can't remember whose question. It was Liam. No, I can't remember whose question it was. They run ads.
It was me, Justin. It's okay.
Sorry, Justin.
Yeah.
Justin, they run ads.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
You bet, buddy. All right. Any other questions here? Any other questions?
Sure, I do. Hey, it's Gary. I do have one. Thanks for putting this together, Sam. Appreciate you,
got
man.
it, man.
So I come heavy from the solar space of like offline dinner events. We did like 300 across the Eastern Seaboard a few years ago.
Dude.
Looking to bring it virtual now, and to work with independent like solar company owners, right? That are vertically integrated. Now, my question is, I'm debating, and this is part, like you nailed it in the beginning, is like the overwhelm, right? Like when you guys ran events or currently do you focus on building out the funnels and doing all that? Or are you running straight from like lead form and then dropping them into automated follow-up? I'm just trying to think of the front end and what that looks like to be able to streamline it.
Good question. And I actually have something I really want to say about this. So I'm glad you asked this. Before the pandemic, 80% of my business was event marketing. Okay. It was that way because I like the ability to upsell customers every other week if I can. Right. And the nice thing about event marketing is when you do lead generation every single day for people, that's good. But when you do event marketing, there's a catalytic moment where everybody shows up, like whatever the show rate is, they all show up at one time. And if you get 20 people into a room and that solar company, that doctor, that realtor, that whatever, that person flops, whose fault is it? And whose fault is it? Obviously,
Sure.
It's their fault. Dude, yeah. I delivered you a room full of prospects.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
So that's why I loved, and that's why with the pandemic hit, we had to pivot a lot, right? And so we couldn't do event marketing. That's my baseline response. My second response is I get such a kick at all these people who say that lead form ads are low quality.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm one of the only people that can say this. In the last 12 months, UpHex has generated over 1 million leads at a cost of less than $13 without media buyers. Who can say they did that? Nobody can say they did that. Okay. And I get to see the haves and the have-nots, and all of the people that are out there saying, oh, we did it that way. We did it, or lead forms are this, lead forms are that. Dude, get into machine learning and ads in 2023, 2022. That is not the way it is anymore. Lead forms have got to be the darling of the platform. Why? Could lead forms actually suck? Could Facebook afford to make lead gen campaigns suck? Well, before iOS 14, they could. But after, no way. We got to dial that in. We got to offer, the ability to ask questions to filter people out. Okay. You just got to write good ads. Your ads are your targeting. You got to write good ads. You got to speak to the people that need them. And so when we do our event campaigns, they are to a lead form. Keep it simple.
Oh, okay. Cool, man. Thanks. We'll give it a whirl.
Great question, Gary. So what would your event marketing include, or do you have training on this already? No, Juanita, don't worry about it. We have been very busy. And so I'll tell you what we used to do, what we were working towards. I don't know if you guys know, but the guy, Trevor, that we were just talking about, I merged with his agency. I said, hey, this guy's crushing it. We're crushing it. I've got some things in UpHex that I just want to be able to do, so I don't have to run that anymore. So we actually merged with their agencies. So right now we're not doing events. We will probably in like 2 or 3 months. But when we did them, what we would do is we would charge $1,000 per dinner workshop. That's what our niche uses. Okay. So we would promote like new solutions to neuropathy workshop at a restaurant, and and we would book them 20 appointments or 20 confirmations. That means that we would have to actually confirm about 30 to get them 20. Okay. And what we would do is we would get the confirmations, get the bookings, and then verbally our team would confirm it. Okay. And we would go through a script. Basically, the script is don't not come because that's douchey. The doctor or whoever is putting all their time, together to do this. Don't not show up. And inevitably people just don't show up sometimes. But that was the model. All right. We're going to do one more question, and then we'll get back into the end of this, and then we will conclude. Big issue for me is client ad and business manager account issues. Matthew, I have a really awesome solution for you. If you need help directly on those things, direct message me. I'll connect you with the right person. We got that on lock now. Do you run traffic ads for lower? No, we don't do any retargeting. We don't do any traffic. That's a waste of money. We do lead gen ads, conversion ads, or messenger ads. We're a direct response team. All that other stuff is a waste of money. Okay. So
Hey, Sam, you mind if I ask you one more question?
Go ahead.
Very quickly. I looked at your offer that you put in there. That's super interesting to me. My one problem that I always run into is trying to sit down and pick a niche. I seem to be ADHD when it comes to that and all over the place. I was wondering if you guys help with that also.
It's funny because I was just talking with my buddy over at FormWise. I was like, dude, can we just create like a form to help people pick a niche?
Yeah, I know that it's always been the hardest. I have a lot of experience in the med spa industry, work for a big multi-million-dollar agency, but I ended up leaving that in recently. But that market is not saying it's tough to get leads, but the clients are very tough to deal with. So I don't know if I really want to go into that niche generally or niche down.
All clients are hard to deal with.
It's true. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I guess my main experience is with those
So
clients.
here's what I'd say.
Sure.
Go into med spas. Okay. And just get really, really narrow. You guys know that Trevor got from $0 to $70,000 per month with 2 templates.
Whew. All right, I'm signing up.
I'm like, I'm telling you, like there is so much confusion. You got to keep things simple. Okay. There's a blog, an article written about 1,000 raving customers. How many customers do you actually think you need? Like, really think about it. It's like, dude, okay, let's say I did a sales video. If you go to my YouTube channel, the video is titled, give me 30 minutes and I'll work a sales miracle in your agency. And the whole thing is how I fell backwards into selling. The idea of selling. So I'll briefly tell it. I was trying to sell to real estate agents. Well, there's a plethora of real estate agents. Then one day I'm looking through this magazine, lamenting how nobody wants to work with me. I'm 26 years old, looking through this magazine. I'm like, that person won't work with me. That person won't work with me. That person won't work with me. And then it went, bam, wait a minute, hold on. This person works with first-time home buyers. They speak Spanish and they're using government financing programs. I went 3 layers deep. And then all of a sudden, guess how many people I was competing against? Nobody. There was an empty hallway, and all it was just me and the lady who needed help servicing those clients. And I went to her. Her name was Christina McNeil. I said, Christina, I specialize in first-time home buyer loans. I speak Spanish. If you have anybody that's having a hard time getting approved, send them my way. I'll service them like they were my, children. Boom, 5 deals that day. Never had to market again. Okay. The problem is you guys are all up in the category section. You're all up in the industry verticals. You're all up, narrow down to a sub niche and then narrow down to a niche of that sub niche, which means if you identify med spas that, that service Spanish speaking clientele only, and that offer this one breakthrough service product, that's your package. Now you're competing against nobody. Or you say, hey, I'm going to do something. I saw one of these guys on Sam's Spotlight. I'm going to do their same things, but I'm going to repackage it as an event marketing only offer. Now all of a sudden you got no competition. That's the game. Pick a niche. Don't worry about it. You can shift later. All right. So there's 2 steps to take right after this. If you are in the group already, and now I put this together, you guys, and we did the Q&A, and I'm not sure that this is flowing, but what I did was, if you want the call script that we use to book appointments and all that kind of stuff and grab prepayment, go into the group. Oh, and the hiring post, like if you want to hire those kind of people using Upwork, go into the post and I'll give you those things. In fact, I'll show you what those look like here in just a second. Okay. If you're a non-UpHex user, go to uphex.com, start a 2-week free trial. I'll give you that same stuff, but I'll also give you all this cool stuff. Okay. I'll give you a library full of ads, ad creation tools, client getting funnels, white label support. Okay. These videos that you can use to show people how to do your stuff. Obviously we'll give you the ability to do SaaS, and then I'll throw in that pitch deck. That way you guys can get customers. Okay. And you get all for 14 days for free. All right. I bought agency launch. Craig, good job, buddy. Wait, you know what? At the beginning of this thing, I said, you guys got to take action. Craig took action by voting with his wallet. I don't need your guys, all your like individual money to have a good life, but you need to vote with your wallet and vote in yourself that there's something different, that there's something that you can do to step out of positions 1 and 2 so you can be at position 3. That's awesome. Good job, Craig. Justin, good job, Justin. You know what? I did not plan to offer that thing today. It was just off of Justin's question. So good job, Justin. Also, awesome. Partha just bought UpHex. What about the price after you release Google ads? We're going to release. Okay, this is my last question. When we release Google ads, you will have the ability to launch Google ads without any additional cost to do it. It'll be part of the platform, but we're going to layer in something else that will be an additional cost, because we have an additional cost to be able to offer it. It won't be a big cost, but it will be a recurring cost. And when you see it, you'll say, yeah, I want that. So, I want to, my dad, when I was a kid, he said, Sam, if you learn to sell to the masses, you live with the classes, right? I'm like, all right, sweet. I want to sell to the masses. We make money at scale. The more people we help, the more people, whatever, we make more money that way. So I don't want to just try and upsell you guys and all these different things. So you end up paying I will say, I'm not sure how much I pay for my high level account right now, but it's pretty expensive. Anyway, you guys, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming. And I'll make sure that you get all of those resources mentioned here. If you have any questions, post them in the group. I appreciate y'all coming. This has been a lot of fun for me. Thanks, guys. Thanks. We got all the, man, so much good engagement today too. You guys are the best. Have a great day.